So my strategy here, and this is from before the beginning, this is from before Ethereum. My strategy here is to de-fiatize the global economy. So, 1971, you get the fiat system, everybody agrees that the governments are going to be able to print as much money as they think appropriate, and that is going to be the basis for the global economy. If you're holding government assets, they can dilute you at any time. Welcome to the fiat world. And not, every time the government prints money, you essentially get invisible taxation of everybody holding liquid fiat. So, post 2008, the inevitability of a large scale collapse in the fiat system, probably through a debt crisis, has been pretty much well understood by all people that are serious about economics. That is not to say that there was a confident prediction it would happen, but post 2008, the possibility that that was on the cards has been ubiquitous, right? Everybody is navigating relative to the awareness of that cliff, right? So your alternatives at that point are you can take the hyperbitcoinization path where you simply turn everything into Bitcoin. The early players become the richest and most powerful people on earth simply because they bought an asset and held it when it then 100,000x'd. Does that sound like a confident hold on power? Maybe not, right? Maybe not, but there's not a lot of other skills or control or capacity that comes with just holding Bitcoin. To be globally powerful in the way that trillionaires would be, you might need a bit more than just a wallet. So I'm going to leave that as an exercise for future discussions. But the alternate strategy is that you use the same technology underlying Bitcoin, our good old friend the blockchain, instantiated as Ethereum initially, to document and catalog everything on Earth. Because if I can confidently generate a price tag for an asset, I can use that asset and the ownership of that asset and the fractional ownership of that asset as if it was money. So if you could go through and tokenize everything in the world, even if you get a currency crisis, it doesn't turn it into an asset crisis because you've got a way of valuing all of the other assets in the economy accurately. And then if you need to make a transaction that goes through fiat, you just convert at the current fiat price and then back out again. But more likely what you do is transactions in things like tokenized REIT stock. So if you have a huge real estate portfolio and then you're using fractions of that real estate portfolio to do transactions, you should have fundamental economic stability because the real estate is not very volatile. And that as an approach doesn't have the same kind of exponential takeoff that you get with the Bitcoin model, but I think it has a far better long-term chance of providing a stable, healthy global economy with a reasonable degree of human welfare along for the ride.